My name is Evelyn Vale. I'm 27, formerly a governess, currently a patient. But I wasn't always this way. It began with a letter, handwritten, wax-sealed, elegant. A wealthy gentleman required someone discreet, educated, and trustworthy to care for 2 orphaned children at his country estate. Bly. 2 children, Flora and Miles. Perfect angels, the uncle said, but their care is entirely yours. I'm never to be contacted. Ever. I should have walked away. But I needed the cheer. Bly was beautiful, but too quiet. I remember my first morning, sunlight pouring across stone floors, the silence holding its breath. Flora was cheerful, dainty, bright-eyed, but oddly rehearsed. Miles had just returned from school, dismissed for unspecified reasons. He was charming, too charming, the kind that knows your boundaries before you speak them. And always that same phrase from them both. We're ever so happy you're here. Too happy. Too identical in tone, like they'd practiced it. It started on the 3rd evening. I looked up from the garden and saw a man at the tower, tall, pale, watching. I asked Mrs. Gross, the housekeeper. Her face fell. "Mr. Quint," she whispered, "but that's not possible. He died a fall on the ice months ago, but I saw him again the next night, closer, through the window. And Flora, who had been playing alone, was staring at him too. When I asked her who it was, she smiled. Nobody. Miss Jessel, Flora's old governess, also dead. Suicide in the lake. I began to keep notes, verbal cues, repeated phrases. Flora's syntax shifted when she mentioned Jessel. Her words mimicked older rhythms. Miles, too. His speech became layered with effect. Phrases a boy his age wouldn't know. Latin, legalese, things Quint might have said. I confronted them. They denied it all. But one night I found Miles whispering to the empty fireplace, not in English, in perfect mimicry of Quint's voice. Mrs. Gross said I was exhausted. That grief had softened my reason. But I know psycholinguistic corruption. I've studied how language encodes trauma, how children echo what they've heard in ways adults miss. These children weren't haunted, they were mirroring, repeating words not their own, smiling like puppets. And then I saw Miss Jessel, soaked, crying at Flora's bedside. Flora was asleep, but her lips moved, whispering syllables I couldn't decipher. And Miles began sleepwalking. I told myself I could protect them, shield them. So I watched, every night. I followed the whispering, listened at doors. Then one dawn, Miles vanished. I found him in the schoolroom, standing alone, smiling, pale. "Is he here?" I asked. He nodded. "He's inside." And he tapped his own chest. I begged him to fight, to say something that was truly his. He looked up, eyes wide, lips parted. But the words that came out were not his voice. He died in my arms. No wound, no sign of struggle, just stopped breathing like a candle snuffed. Flora wouldn't look at me. Mrs. Gross took her away. I was left alone in Bly. The children were gone. The ghosts were gone. But the language remained. Words etched into the walls in invisible ink. Voices in my sleep speaking in Miles's tone. Repeating that final whisper. He's inside. Now when I speak, sometimes it's in a voice not my own. When I write, my handwriting changes. I know what people say, that I lost my mind, that I killed a boy out of hysteria. But I was a linguist, a psychologist. I know possession when I see it. And sometimes it doesn't take demons or ghosts. Sometimes it's a sentence. A phrase repeated too many times. A child learning the wrong lesson. And Bly is still there, empty, waiting, with a mirror in the tower, and 2 shadows that never left the lake. If you go there, don't speak to the children, especially if they smile and say, "We're ever so happy you're here."